And uno, dos, tres. What up, Acno? How you doing, bud?
I am doing good. A little bit tired, but can't complain.
Can't complain. So, want to give us like a quick introduction of yourself? Whatever comes to mind. Like,
Uh,
yeah, this is me.
okay, so I'm Pablo. I'm 21, going on 22 in a month, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
Ish.
I joined back in December. And then I started getting active. I would say like 2 or 3 weeks later. I don't really get on VR chat, but I get on for the events and stuff every now and then.
Mm-hmm. So since December, so you've been in Legends for like six months, 7 months, almost. Like,
Give or take, but I think I was in the server before that once because of Nathan, but then I left
mm,
because I was like, oh, I'm not really like even joining any of the VCs or anything like that. So
mm, okay. But yeah, like you pretty much got invited by Nate one time. But I'm guessing you and him like go way back. Like how long?
coming up, I want to say like 4 years almost, give or take. My memory's a little bit blurry, so
Okay.
hold on. Math. Yeah, coming up on 4 years because when we met, I was still 18.
Sheesh.
So it has
Yeah.
been 4 years since I've known it in Nidicus.
Need a kiss ERP Small Johnson. I'm sorry, Big Johnson. Big Johnson.
We've all, I mean, not we've all, but I've seen the Shmitar, unfortunately.
Yep, I've heard.
Terrifying.
I've heard. That thing bites.
It's always the scrawny ones. It's
Mm-hmm.
always the scrawny ones.
Ain't that the damn truth. Man.
Motherfuckers built like Waluigi.
So wait, since how did you meet Nate?
So to make a long story short, one of my mutual friends of Nathan's was a person named Little Fang,
Oh, I know Little
and I
Fang.
had
Yeah.
recently gone through, yeah, I had recently gone through a breakup, and I messaged Fang and I was like, hey, do you have any places where you hang out? I just kind of want to like get a new friend group and take my minds off of things. And so I joined them, and obviously, like there's people that you don't click with. That'll happen in life anyways, so it's like not that big of a deal. But most of the people that were on that server got along pretty well. Um, but ever since like the first meetup, there was a fallout, and shit happens.
Mm,
I don't blame one particular group. I think it was just because we were all childish and in bad places. Um, I definitely had problems with drama. I'm not gonna lie,
yeah.
but me being able to say that like I was like a dumpster fucking fire starter, watched a dumpster burn and like acted like I didn't do it was a problem. But
Mm-hmm.
I've been working on that, so
Okay.
but I'm still a little chismoso.
Chismoso, see. Yeah. Well, that's amazing backstory, dude. Cause I didn't know you knew Little Fang. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I.
I've known Lil Fang roughly the same, or actually a little bit longer than I knew Nate, but only by like a couple of months.
Yeah. Like I heard, like her name mentioned, like from Nate and Sea Wagger, but it was funny because I actually met Lil Fang. I don't know if maybe it might have been Nate back in summer of 2020, but I definitely like would see them hanging out with Zero, me and him back, when we first started VR chat,
Mhm.
because she would be on VR, but like
Yeah,
desktop mode and stuff. I mean,
yeah. I mean, kind of like me.
mm,
I have
mutual friend, and
I've
that's how I
been
saw them.
currently desktop.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a pretty interesting
But who
connection.
knows? Maybe if I get more into it, I'll get a VR setup. I mean, I have like the PC is pretty beefy right now, especially with the upgrade that I got recently.
You graphics card, right?
Yeah, I got a new graphics card, but I also have a power supply coming in. That way I can, utilize it a little bit better. Because I
Hmm.
think a 750 is good, but like if I want to overclock anything, I'll definitely need some more headroom for it. So just got 1,000 just in case.
Yeah, okay. Um, since you did mention, you were interested in a VR, like a headset, right?
Yeah,
You know which like one in particular
I'm
you've been
purely.
eyeing on?
I'd probably go with the index, to be honest.
Mm.
Like if you're gonna go big, I guess.
Yeah. And would you like
But
just
that's just me personally.
would you just like stick with the index, or would you like wait for like the end of the year just to see if like any new headsets come out that might, top the previous ones? Or it's like index as soon as I, decide to like, pull that trigger.
Well, I mean, if something better comes along, then I'll definitely like weigh my options. But I
Hmm.
don't. It's definitely not like a anytime soon kind of thing. I think it's just more of I play other games that I enjoy more than VR at the moment.
No, no, I feel that. I've been
No
enjoying Elden
real
Ring a
plans,
lot.
but eventually.
I've been enjoying Elden Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring was pretty fun. For my first FromSoft game, that was an experience.
That was your first one from them? So you never played like the Dark Souls,
Yeah,
Bloodborne's?
I have
That's
never
oh.
played Dark Souls, Bloodborne, anything like that. I was always too chicken, and
Hmm.
I was also never allowed to like play like gruesome fucking games as a kid. So typical parents like they'd only buy me like maybe one game with my Xbox. And now that I'm an adult, obviously I have my own money and I can do like
Hmm.
I can buy whatever game I want to and stuff. It's just uh, Dark Souls was never something that I was really interested in, but I was watching Nate and a couple of the other people in the Discord streaming, and I was like, I want to try it. Fuck it. And so I paid $60 to get bodied.
To get bodied, yeah. it's That's pretty much it exactly. I just get bodied like 500 times in a row.
Yeah.
But that's crazy because like the way how you pretty
Obviously,
much
I did cheese it a little.
yeah, the way how you cheese and ran through that game, you sound like you played that shit like you were a natural at it, dude. I thought you just had history because you beat that shit so quick, have all these runes upgrades, like you just knew the assignment. You know what I'm saying? How did you?
No,
How do
I'm a little cheeser boy. I just did like not like actual cheats, but like exploits and stuff. So
Oh,
I
okay.
definitely didn't play it like as legitly as like most people would. But that's just the way that play certain games. And if anybody wants to get mad at that, well, tough titty.
That's,
My game, I can do as I please.
I mean, yeah. I mean, get the runes, get all the upgrades you want, just be powerful. Fuck it. Cheese, cheese of victory.
But I also play a lot of shooter games. One of my main ones a little bit before I joined the Discord was actually Modern Warfare and Warzone,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
uh, Cold War.
Cold
But
War.
I haven't really touched Vanguard. It was not a game that I looked forward to, so I did not buy it, and I don't have a plan to.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else was excited for Vanguard. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. But I
I
did
think there was
enjoy
a
it.
couple of people that were excited about it, but like they just bought it because it was the brand new thing. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever makes you happy. But personally, I just didn't want to buy into it, especially because me and my friends had gotten like the top of the line, like most expensive fucking Cold War, and then we're like semi disappointed, or no, we were majorly disappointed by the matchmaking. Skill based matchmaking will throw you in the ground in that game.
Yeah.
Like one game you'll be dropping a 30 bomb, the next one you're just in the dumpster. There is no escape. Skill based matchmaking just hurts.
True. Yeah. Dude, I miss Modern
And
Warfare. The like, I think the one that came out in 2019, but like the original too. Like, bro, like Call of Duty 4 all the way to like I think maybe Black Ops 2. That was like the six. That was like the probably the best Call of Duty one of all time in history, and I feel like we're never gonna get that feeling back. You might like a new
yeah,
COD, but then the next
I've
ones that the new next entries come out, they just don't hit the same, or just they're just like lower expectations or stuff. Very
Yeah, for sure. I think for nostalgia and
mhm,
everything, Black Ops 2 is one of my hands down favorite games because it was one of the first Call of Duty games that I had ever gotten my hands on.
mhm.
I've always said that like while playing other Call of Duty games, like the latest ones, I'd always just be like, I can't wait till they remaster like Black Ops 2 and maybe like put a better engine on it with better movement.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like it would be amazing to have that nostalgia again, but it's not going to be the same as when you first play it,
Mhm.
unfortunately. And that's just
That's just how it is. Yeah.
kind of sad, but it is what it is.
Mhm. But this year they're releasing Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So I'm hyped
Don't
for
know if
that.
I'll buy into it though.
Yeah, just as soon as you see,
If anything,
gameplay, more, just more news about it, that's what hooks you in. Like, a title is not enough. You gotta show me some shit.
yeah,
Show me why I should care again.
kind of.
That's just how it'd be like with
It's
Call of
kind
Duty.
of been on the downfall since they showed the dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They acted like the dogs were the features, and that's kind of when you know that the company's losing it.
Bro, I thought they were losing it when they started adding like cybernetic enhancements, like all those jumping like robot arms attached to
Oh
you. I
yeah,
hated that so much when they did
they're
that.
the enhanced. I think I liked a little bit of the futuristic
Hmm.
feel for what is it, Black Ops 3 or 4?
Like it
That's
was like
one of them.
they did it
I
to
always mix them up.
they did it to like a couple of them, Advanced Warfare, Future Warfare,
Yeah,
Black
I,
Ops
I
3.
like the I like the futuristic feel, but I
Hmm.
also understand that like it's a bit overkill.
Yeah, it's overkill and it doesn't feel like a Call of Duty game no more. It feels like a whole new
Yeah, it
shooter.
just kind of feels like a riff off of like Titanfall.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought it was. It was like they're trying to do Titanfall into this. This ain't COD no more. But yeah, hopefully the new one this coming out this October. I hope it's like as good
Who
as when I
knows?
played Modern Warfare again.
There's a lot of games, but
Hmm.
like I don't really know much about them. I think what I'm most excited about, if anything, is the Steam Deck because I love being able to play games and being the little gamer that I am.
Hmm.
I have like phone games, but they're not the same. So I think being able to play certain games on like a something that's kind of like a Switch is really cool. Kind of excited for it.
Hmm. Yeah, I was interested in Steam Deck, but I want to wait at least until it's out, if it is out or not. But just like let it wait a couple months, see what kind of defects come up and stuff. Because
Yeah.
it always happens with
Me and my
Steam
friends
stuff.
had pre-ordered back in July, and they said we were not gonna get anything until like quarter 2 of July. It's like quarter 3 now, but I'm not really tripping about it because the more they delay, the more they can get all the like kinks and stuff out of. So I'm not really worried about that.
Yeah.
Which is like another pet peeve of mine actually is like people that get mad at developers and software makers for pushing back something just so they can get it right instead of
Hmm.
understanding that it takes time to perfect like something. That's why I didn't judge Cyberpunk 2077 as harshly as other people did when it released. I was like, okay, it's gonna have bugs because
Hmm.
they wanted to push it back, but they couldn't because they were getting flack from people that were investing in it because everyone was upset that I was getting pushed back again. So I was gonna treat it like a Bethesda game, and I laughed about it. Like some of the glitches that happen on that shit,
Hmm.
funny as
Yeah.
fuck, absolutely hilarious.
Like seeing an enemy's
And I
head
think
just
if you
just
like,
contort into like a Mr. Fantastic, just it's funny. You shoot
yeah,
someone and they just
like
get
I
ragdoll
didn't get
all
that
over.
many glitches. Surprisingly, like
Neither did I.
I
No.
didn't get that many glitches, and like when it did happen, I just found it hilarious. It's like the same thing that happened with like um Dying Light 2. Like
Oh yeah.
glitches are bound to happen. I don't think there's a point of getting like uber upset about it, especially when they wanted to push it back, but you were being a little bitch baby about it and saying, "I want the game now." Wah, wah.
Hmm. And I mean, that's what monthly patches are for, right? When they do that or find them out.
Yeah.
Like they have those Steam updates, like update your game to fix, these errors and these bugs.
Yeah.
Like,
I,
like
I just don't understand people that like bitch and moan about shit like that. But you know,
yeah,
everyone's
hmm
different. But personally, I'm gonna judge the fuck out of you if you're a person like that.
hmm Fair enough, yeah. I mean, besides, getting the VR and like hanging out with the homies in VR chat, was there any other kind of VR games that you've, been eyeing or been interested in? So yeah, VR chat's not the only thing.
uh, there was one. I can't remember what it's called. I am trying to remember, but it's like it has a lot of mods and stuff for it. So like, there's like a bunch of like different stuff that you could do, and it's like in like the medieval times.
Oh, is it Blade and Sorcery?
Yeah, Blade and
Blade and Sorcery,
Sorcery.
yeah.
That one, I've seen a lot of clips of that, and I think it's really interesting. The other one that I think I would try is the one that's CS:GO VR.
The CS:GO VR. Oh, is it Pavlov VR?
Yeah, Pavlov.
Yeah, Pavlov. I have
Yeah, those
Pavlov.
ones look really interesting, and I think I would try them.
It's interesting. It's crazy because I have those two games, but I never tried them. I don't think I have them installed, but I got them gifted. But if I ever see you in
Hmm.
like VR, dude, like I would definitely like run some Pavlov with you first experience. That just sounds fun,
Man. We're playing Russian roulette first thing.
Yeah.
Is it a bad time to tell them that I ate all the perks? Head ass.
That yeah. I mean, bruh, I'm a junkie, dog. These ghosts, they be getting on my nerves. They be making me
Pop a
want to.
perk and forget about her.
Yes.
Bro, you popped the whole bottle. You forgot about the universe.
Yeah. Dude? Would you do Phas with us, Phasmo, and pop perkies with me? Do you like horror games?
Yeah, I am not. I'm not someone that shies away from horror games. So I don't think I've really talked about this before. But one of my favorite things to do is actually just unironically watch horror movies and judge the absolute fuck out of them based on how well I can tell that something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because they're always so cliche. There's not a lot of new things that you can throw out that aren't gonna be like that much of a surprise. Because I have been watching horror movies ever since I was like, I want to say like 9 years old, and there was only one in the entirety of like me watching horror movies that like ever gave me nightmares or issues, and that was Chucky.
Chucky?
I had an irrational fear. Yes, I know it's dumb, but I'm not afraid to admit
Yeah.
it. I still somewhat have a fear, but like it's not as big anymore. Obviously, because I'm just like, bro, I can just punt that motherfucker nowadays.
Yeah, like you
But
watch the
back
movies
when
again.
I was a kid,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
like
rewatch them now
it's
and they're like,
stupid to think about now as a kid,
Mhm.
and you're like, but like as a kid, I was just like, what if that actually happened? Like, because I've had some experiences as a kid, like not with dolls or anything. Well, one time with a doll, but just of like some weird, unexplainable shit. And like one of those experiences was a mutual experience with some of my cousins that were staying over back when we lived in San Diego by the border, like an hour and 30 minutes, roughly, from the border. And so our parents had gone to the casino to go gamble and drink and whatever, and they left me and I want to say 5 or 6 of my other cousins at the house. And so we all passed out in the living room, like we would put my bed on the floor in the living room, and then some of us were on the couch and shit. I passed out on the couch next to one of my cousins, and I woke up sometime, some miscellaneous fucking time that I don't even remember. And I looked in the kitchen because it was like right in front, kind of. Like you
Mhm.
just sat on the sofa and then looked to your right a little bit and you can see into the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So, because this house was really fucking small. It only had 3 bedrooms, the dining room, living room slash kitchen. And so I looked into that kitchen and I saw like a glowing outline of a person, and I thought it was just my eyes readjusting, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, our parents are back, whatever. And so I go back to sleep. Um, Way later on, I wake up again to the door being open, and it's actually my parents and my aunt and uncles coming back from the casino because those motherfuckers were loud. That's why I was like a little bit discombobulated. I'm like, I didn't hear any noise when I first woke up, but I was like, oh, maybe they came in silently. But then I remembered my aunts and uncles are kind of drunks, so those motherfuckers were loud when they came in.
Mhm.
You know how it'd be.
I know. I know.
And so years later, actually, like I want to say a year or two ago, my mom was talking to one of my cousins, the oldest one of the group, and my eldest cousin said that she had woken up sometime around that night and saw something too. And I had never talked about this to any of my cousins or anything like that.
Oh.
So the fact that my cousin saw it as well, and I never talked to them about it, was like hella coincidental. Um, but what freaked me out after that was my mom told me that the original owner of the house, his father had died in that house. So like
Shit.
I've always had experiences with like some weird shit happening. It's slowed down as I've gotten older. Obviously, I haven't really had much, but horror movies and shit, I love them. They're fucking fun to make fun of, fun to. Uh,
Mhm.
it's just an experience, and I don't make fun of anybody that gets scared of it because you know I was scared of a fucking doll coming to life, like.
Yeah.
That's some stupid shit, but
Like you know. It.
I have no room to judge anybody because my terror was a fucking small doll that cussed and stabbed at people.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be like
One of
that.
his fucking lines is unironically, "I'm made of rubber. I'm
Yeah.
Chucky, the killer doll." Like, it's so stupid looking back on it now, but
And then I
horror
remember.
movies and stuff like that, I always enjoyed them, and uh, I'd like to say I have a higher tolerance of like scary shit. The
Even
only
though.
things that like trip me out nowadays, I'd say, is like psychological horror, because
Oh yeah.
that those are hard to fucking tell. Like those ones are hard to like get cliches on
So it's easier
because
for
there's so
like.
many.
It's easier for like the slasher kind, monster kind, but
Yeah,
when you involve
slasher films,
but when you
monster films, but like
the moment you
psychological shit,
the moment you
that's scary.
the
That's
moment
what
you bring
gets
in
me.
demons and shit, you know, like actual fucked up horrible ghosts.
Well, I mean, demons not really like shit like that. Like that's not that scary. Like I watched all the Paranormal Activities, even though like obviously a lot of that shit is like just pure bullshit. You know, maybe there's a couple experiences in there that are real, but not all of it, obviously. Um,
So what kind of
that wasn't
example?
scary, but I mean like actual psychological horror. Like let me look up a example.
Mm,
I don't know one off the top of my head. I have a shit memory. Let's see, one of our psycho movies I saw.
this message is brought to you by Club J Merch. Get it today.
Oh, it is a psychological horror, but that one's not really that scary. There was this one that one of my exes had shown me, which was like a psychological horror, but also like a monster horror. But it was like really good. It was on Netflix.
But remember, kids, you know it's not scary. That was fend all the monsters and psychological creeps away if you wear Club J merch. Get it today.
Yeah, Club J merch will scare everybody away, not just the scary shit. It'll protect your virginity. Get it while you can, while supplies still last.
Shit.
I can't find it, but the synopsis of this movie was basically one of their friends had gotten brutally fucking murdered in front of them in a convenience store. And so they went to go to either the Netherlands or Sweden, somewhere in like Europe, to go bury him and like put his ashes. And while they're hiking and stuff, one of them breaks their leg. They find this like fucking run down little shack with like 2 stories somehow, even though it looks like a 1-story shack. And they stay in it for the night. And they have really fucked up dreams, all of them. But the main character has a nightmare, a vivid fucking nightmare, of exactly what happened to his friend, because he saw everything. And, you know, being terrified, he didn't help his friend, so he had that survivor's guilt. And eventually, later on in the movie, they run into a corpse hanging in a high tree, like humanly impossible to get up there, and they think it's like a bear or something that did it. Even that wasn't possible for a bear, because it was like strung up. It wasn't just like hanging; it was like strung up, semi-skinned. It was pretty gruesome. This movie was like fucking scary, and the fact that my ex made me watch it with them was terrifying. But
So it wasn't like
psychological horrors like that. But
was it still like
yeah, it was kind of supernatural.
Yeah.
So yeah, so later on, the monster is revealed to be based on one of the, I don't know if it's the son or daughter. It's this weird horse human hybrid thing. It's just absolutely disgusting, and it's supposed to be one of the children of Loki.
I think I've heard about this movie. As soon as you said the horse thing, I think I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah, now you know the one.
I think I know the one you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name, but that's like what I remember from it. And in the end, only one of the friends survives and makes it out of like the creepy fucking village that those people worshipped son of Loki for. All of them were stuck there for however many years because they were all survivors of some type of guilt.
Jeez.
But it was just a really fucking, like, really fucks you up, like, mentally type of horror movie.
Yeah, it sounds like it
I enjoy those kinds of movies because they're hard to get a gauge on, like, what's gonna happen.
Because it's not cliche. You don't see that shit coming.
Yeah.
It's just
because like a lot of psychological horror movies are actually original. They don't use like boring cliches. Sure, they'll like use some of them, but they're not going to use the majority of like cliches. They want to be original. They want to stand out,
Yeah.
and I enjoy those kinds of.
Like those are like
But I
not the
also
kind
enjoy
of
watching like
those aren't
slasher films and
those
making
aren't the
fun of
movies
them.
that like are tend to like just only be, jump scares and then that's it. It's like they want to show you shit that will fuck with you forever. They want shit that will
Yeah,
make you hard to like turn the lights off and go to bed.
yeah, and
Hmm.
those are the kind of horror movies that I enjoy to watch.
No, that's respectable and that's fair. I mean, earlier you were talking about, Chucky was like the one that got you as a kid. The one that got me as a kid was like the very first Jeepers Creepers movie and The Ring.
Oh, Jeepers Creepers. Yeah,
As a
that one's a
kid,
good one.
like
I
as a
like
kid,
that
as the
one
first
as
one,
well.
yeah, the first one, like kind of fucked up because he wins, but then you see the second movie and then like they fuck him up. Like, yeah, I like the second one, but yeah, the first one
Yeah.
as a kid like kind of like traumatized me, and so was
Yeah,
the
the
ring.
first one was
The first one was
fucked.
traumatizing as fuck, but the second one was pretty. It was fun. It's a fun movie compared to the first
Yeah.
one. But yeah, that one in the
Yeah,
ring.
there are certain franchises that we don't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Scream.
Yeah.
They've just been milked for everything they've got, and I think they should just leave it alone at this point. But
Hmm. I would agree too.
like the fact that the movie has a spin-off of said movie within the movie is ridiculous, and it's like supposed to be meta and everything, but like
Hmm.
it's just so bad. But I mean, it happens in real life too.
Hmm.
There have been multiple people that have tried to copy like other infamous killers, and I think if you look at it from like not as an like actual horror movie, but like an educational kind of point,
Hmm.
it shows like some of human nature, but also it's just like wildly fucking stupid because a lot of people won't act like that. I would hope, but
Right. Yeah.
there's also that statistic in America where like over 60 or some shit percent of Americans thought brown milk came from brown cows. So there's that.
Oh, I thought brown milk came from Latina chicks this whole time.
Oh my god.
But I was just a kid. I didn't know better.
Yeah, brown milk comes from Latino chicks. I hate that. Where does
I think
queso
there's
come from then?
oh um the cheese monster.
Cheese monster.
I don't know. I don't imagine, cheese coming out of like anyone's tetas. You gotta cum that shit out.
Cheese is made from milk, Avi.
You know what? You got a point. You got a point.
Been.
Sometimes I forget. I don't remember my
Oh
fucking
my gosh.
what the fucking food pyramid. It's been a long time.
Oh yeah, and in case anybody hasn't figured out by my name, I'm a dirty fucking little border hopping bean.
Oh yeah. How do you pronounce that again? Like I know we call you Acno, but like the
Pablo?
full. No, no, no. The I was gonna ask you
Oh,
about your
like my legal
username.
name?
Your username.
Oh, my username.
Your gamer
I
name.
forget what it is on here.
Is it
It's
Acnologia?
Acnologia.
Oh, Acnolugia. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
What's the meaning behind it? I was always
So
curious.
it's actually from an anime that I used to enjoy. Um, it's called Fairy Tale, but
Oh, okay.
I stopped enjoying it a good while ago. But I still enjoy the character from said anime because I think his character is pretty cool, even though he's one of the main antagonists.
I mean, bro, antagonists,
Um,
the villains in animes be the most favorite ones. On God, for sure.
yeah, I mean, his like main motivation for becoming who he is dragons were attacking his home and were like slaughtering people. So he became a dragon slayer and eventually became got the ability because of bathing in so many dragons' blood to turn into a dragon himself, and just kind of vowed to never let dragons harm anyone again. But then he's lived so long that he's kind of forgotten who he is.
Mm. So that's the backstory behind
I
the
don't. I'm
name.
not gonna.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So he's just an edgy boy, and I liked his character design a lot.
Word. I mean, I read my favorite edgy boy. I wear him on my shirt. You know who the king is. But yeah, that's cool. I did not know that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to like get into like why I stopped watching that anime, one of number one is none of the main characters died. They were meant to seem like some of them died, but then they eventually came back
So Dragon Ball
because
Z type
power of
shit.
friendship. Not even just Dragon Ball type shit, because like it would have been understandable if like someone wished for them back, but no, they just survived because the power of friendship trumps anything. Which is why I got sick of the anime.
You just hate hearing that shit, or just that idea, like friendship.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, having friends is great and shit, but
But this ain't My Little Pony.
milking the
That's why
absolute
this ain't
shit.
this ain't My Little Pony we're trying to watch. Friendship is
Yeah,
magic.
milking the
Dead ass.
absolute shit out of like friendship can give you powers is just like a cliche that I don't enjoy anymore. So
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
stopped
Yeah.
watching it mainly because of that. Another one of the main points was one of the characters that was seemingly not getting any more powerful. Suddenly, their mother was the queen of dragons, and they have all like this untapped potential, even though they're like one of the highest ranking wizards in the place. It's just it got ridiculous of how much like plot armor the characters had, and so I enjoyed the antagonist a lot more than I enjoyed the main characters after a certain point.
Gotcha.
You enjoying that beat drop?
Yeah.
I saw you bobbing your fucking head, and I was like, all right,
I
he's
mean, this is
actually listening to the music.
this is this is me nodding in approval. Like, got it. I understand. But yeah, and his character name is Acno. He goes by Acno in the show.
Uh, no, I don't think he goes with. I just shorten it
Okay,
because like
that's
not
what
everybody's
got you
gonna fucking
confused.
spew out acnologia.
Yeah, gotcha. Acnologia. What's the B for?
Uh,
Because
just because like he's somewhat of a famous character, so like whenever the name's taken, I just put B as in for
oh, okay,
blue,
yeah,
which is one of my favorite colors.
gotcha. Okay.
Or I can stand for the lack of bitches that I have.
No bitches.
No bitches.
No bitches and no index.
No VR. Period.
No, no VR chat. Period.
How would I be on here then, Javi?
Um, you're dreaming. This is just a fever dream.
You need to take your schizo meds, schizo.
If you're having a wet dream, you'll be seeing Hog Rider a lot.
Oh my god. You're fucking hog rider.
Hog Rider, he's the best agent
That's
in
it. This is an
Valorant.
intervention.
He's the best. He's the best agent in Valorant. I'm telling you. He's unofficial, but he's still official to my eyes.
He's official to your corazon.
You see my corazon. Only
Or
Hog.
as the
Only
dirty Spaniards would like to say, corazon.
Corazon. Yeah, Hog Rider gets this Habusi dripping. Just limon and chile, just, oof. Just in big loops
Sounds
of
like
puddles.
a UTI infection.
Just big loops of just puddles. Just
That just sounds like an infection waiting to happen.
shit.
You got something. You got some problems.
I know, I do.
Mentally and physically.
I'm just a cursed degenerate, man. I don't know what else to tell you.
I'm in a bad place right now. Not mentally. I just live in Texas. Type beat.
Type beat.
Oh.
What's up? Oh?
Sorry, I just got an email for one of the items that I ordered.
Oh, Pog. Is it another lightsaber?
Hey. Fuck no. I bought that one lightsaber and I am done. Never again.
Fair enough.
No mas.
No mas way. So, like,
That one's the one I need. That's it.
See, let me ask another question. I mean, you started hanging out in Legends. You started, being, inactive. You kind of got to know everyone a lot now. You're a resident officially,
Mhm.
right? So, like, how does Legends compare to like the past, Discord servers that used to be, main and just hang out the most? Back in the back then.
I'd say it's a lot more. How do I put this in a nice way? I love you guys,
No,
but like,
I mean, there's a big ass warning as soon as you join in the rules that Nate wrote. We are a bunch of people that are just cursed, autistic, just cringe.
yeah, it's just
cringe.
it's unfiltered
Yes.
autism is what
Mhm.
it is.
Like
And
those,
I
all those
enjoy
words.
it,
Yeah.
but like it can get much at times.
Oh yeah, I know. Believe me, it can. There's like the perfect amount,
I
and then it's
love
just
most of the
overdoing
people
it.
on here, and then yeah, there are some times where like it turns into turbo autism, and it's just like I need to get away and like refresh.
Right. Yeah. No, I feel that. But we allow you to be yourself. So,
Yeah,
like the SJW moderation admin type shit, that's not what we do mostly. Just
no memes in Discord, kitten.
yeah.
You've made Daddy very angry.
Kitten, if you do not give me the feed pics, you cannot get your valid index, kitten. Papa is rating.
I've always hated moderation like that, and like always been like more of a shit poster. Back in the original server that I was with Nate, I'd always just shit post. And, you can't talk to me like that. I'm a moderator. And I guess some people took it seriously because I don't fucking know.
Yeah, just way too sensitive. Not around these
But like
parts.
whenever I said like some lines like that, I'd always just like it's always a shit post because like I don't give a fuck, bro. Talk to me whichever way you want.
On God. True. Okay, let me see you.
Like at most, I'll just call you a bitch, and that's it. That's the end of that.
I mean, like, I guess, what are your thoughts on e-dating? That's a big topic.
Uh, I have an extensive history of dating. I think not a majority of my relationships, but a good amount of them have been online. Because I don't subscribe to the whole your significant other is gonna be 30 minutes or however long away from you. I think if you click with someone, you're gonna click with someone no matter where they are,
Mm-hmm.
and it just depends on how you guys go about that.
Yeah.
Uh, However, the one thing that I do make a little fun of is ERPing.
Oh yeah, as expected. That's actually gonna be one of my next questions. Have you ever desk keyed, CV back and forth with someone?
Sorry, what?
You ever CV'd someone on anywhere, any game? It's like crouch and then stand, crouch and stand, crouch and stand. You're just humping someone. Desky mode.
Oh, no, I have not. If anything, it's more like auditory type stuff.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Um, that or my personal go-to method is video chatting because
Okay, yeah.
that's a lot more intimate than being on a video game. But it's to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever whatever someone else enjoys, I'm not gonna judge them for it, but I will make slight fun of you. You ERP more than you do like video calls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna be with you. Yes.
But like most of the stuff that comes out of my mouth is like shit posting anyways. Like nobody should take anything that I say seriously unless I say like outwardly beforehand that I'm like being 100% dead ass about it.
Mm-hmm. You see, what other shit can I ask you? Um, Mr. Acno, do you? I mean, is there anyone in the Legends like you kind of got along with and known for a bit, but like, okay, let's put it like this scenario, because I always tell this to people. Imagine one of them is kind of like your coworker, like y'all just like exist in the same work area, but y'all don't really know each other that well, but y'all always be in the same VCs or in the same like Legends event and shit. Is there anyone that like you want to get to know better? You know,
Get to know them.
it's like
Um,
I'm always around this guy and like VC or girl, but like I don't really have the opportunity to like you know
I think I'm pretty well
dab.
acquainted with everybody that hangs out in the VCs at this point. I don't think there's anybody that I haven't gotten the opportunity to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe not on like a personal level. I could. There's not many of them like that yet, but
Right.
I
Okay.
think on like surface level, there's not really like much that I haven't talked to people.
Okay. So let's see. What else can I ask? Okay. So what was the thought process when going to recommending the Beaner chat? Why did Agno
Oh,
want
that
Beaner chat
was
so much?
yeah. Why did Bean Boy want Bean Chat?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the thought process was. I was just like, why not? Like it segregate segregation.
Segregate.
Because I know there's not a lot of like people that's like are of like Hispanic descent in the chat. And I think it's like fun if you like just want to like be able to like share like experiences with someone and like not have to worry about if they don't
Mm-hmm.
like if they won't understand it.
Just shit posting Beaner.
Because obviously like people can experience what we experience, but for the most part, you know, don't want to just assume that everybody has the same experiences. And I think that it's just fun. It's funny to shit post in there
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it is. It was a great
because
idea.
not everybody in the Discord knows Spanish, and like we'll get most of the jokes that we'll make at each other. You know, you don't want to like exclude them on purpose, but just easier that way. Like nobody feels like really left out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you. See, I mean, is there anyone in the server that like you would like to like meet IRL because they just seem like a fun person to like hang out and just like kick it?
I'd say you and Naomi, but if we're talking about like someone that I want to see again, I would love to see Nathan again.
Okay.
I miss Nathan. I enjoyed the first time that like we met physically, and he's been one of my best friends ever since.
I mean, if you don't mind me asking, is that like a little cool story to share? Like, how that meeting go? If you can like reminisce on that.
Oh boy. So that
Unless it
that
shit
meetup
happened.
was a bit of a that meetup was a lot. There so the first day, um there was I wanna say like I think 14 people give or take that went to the meetup. Uh and in that one a lot of them got there early, and me and one of my best friends Dante, had gotten there the day of the meetup. But when we all went to the mall to meet and stuff, uh, everyone was like, "Oh, who wants to volunteer to go help and like get groceries and stuff?" And I was like, "Fuck it, I like shopping and stuff. I'll help out." So I was just kind of bored from like sitting in the car all day, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went to go to the Walmart, but it wasn't. Unfortunately, it wasn't a superstore. So like what we casually have in like a lot of places like over here. I live next to one of the fucking Walmart superstores where like they sell like virtually everything. But that one was just like a regular Walmart that wasn't decked out, unfortunately. So like when we went to look for like a lot of the things we were looking for, we didn't find it, and then we had to go to the store across. It was just kind of like an inconvenience. And then when we got back, it was already like 11 or something, and everyone was like either passed out or like on their way to passing out. And so when I first got there, one of our friends, Anthony, who is actually on the server as well,
Cerberus, yeah.
he goes by Cerberus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So he passed me a Jaeger bomb immediately, and he forgot that I was virtually running on an empty stomach ever since we all met up at the mall because I only
Uh,
ate like
yeah.
a small amount. And so my dumbass was like, it's already in my hand. Fuck it. I downed that shit instantly. And then I took a couple more shots and then drank some Smirnoff ices on an empty stomach, which was kind of a bad idea because a lot of us had made plans to go to Disneyland the next day. And so the next day rolls up and I'm feeling a little hungover, not as like badly as everybody else, but obviously enough.
Mm-hmm.
But because we had already made plans, I was like, fuck it, I ain't a bitch. So we still go. Some of us still go. And it is just so bad because we went from the very opening hour of Disney till 11 at night. And I want to say more than halfway through when we were there, the world started spinning
Oh, no mames.
while I was standing completely still. And I don't blame Anthony, he didn't know. I didn't tell him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I virtually 100% did it to myself because I was like, fuck it, I made plans, I'm not going back on them.
Yeah.
And so, I don't want to say I'm stuck with, but it's what it felt like. I'm stuck with this girl named Emerald and one of my friends, Spencer. And M is from fucking some bumfuck place in like the South or some shit. I can't remember anymore. But um, she just has never been to Disneyland before or anything like that. And me growing up in Riverside, I've been there like a couple of times before for like my birthday and stuff. So I wasn't as like glamorized to like going to Disney, but like I made plans and I didn't want to give up on that. So this girl is dragging us fucking anywhere and everywhere. We had plans to make lightsabers, and she like made them like pretty late. And then we're just walking around, the fucking world spinning. M and Spencer are having like disputes among themselves, being like petty and stuff because M was flirting with Spencer, and then like when we were at the meetup, she started flirting with his best friend,
Mm.
kind of shit like that. And so like they were having a conversation. Because I was like, all right, you guys are like, you need to work something out. Uh, do what you need to do, and I'll like sit somewhere over here. And so, well, the world's spinning and shit, and
Mm.
like I'm trying to like get my bearings. They're talking for like an hour or some shit. I'm like left there alone, and I fucking not. Oh, I video call Anthony on Snapchat because he doesn't have an iPhone because he's a little dirty Samsung boy. And so I call him on Snapchat, and I'm like, they're having a conversation. And I'm not the world spinning. I need an adult. I know I'm an adult, but I need another adult. So that was like the first 2 days. I turned my luck around kind of. Moreover, and just tried not to have like drama or anything because I was also having like issues with M because M had issues of being like hella passive aggressive, and it was just like getting on my nerves.
Mm.
And so what I did to like avoid that was just basically kind of ignore her and like not try to like hang out in like the same subgroup that she was hanging out with. There was like a lot of couples and stuff at that meetup as well, and that was a little bit of a situation because Fang and another person were exes and they were having their differences, and then someone was playing devil's advocate and trying to get them to communicate, but that just ended up in a like split between the house. And by the time that we came back from Disney, fucking one of the people that helped set up the meeting or the meetup was like outside, like laying on the fucking floor in the concrete, and like was dead ass about to go to sleep because of all the tension that was inside the house.
Damn.
It was something, and it was just kind of weird. The drama happens. There's not much you can do about it. Um, but I'd say that I had an overall good experience, like hanging out with Nathan. Um, I was still somewhat going through that breakup because she was like, we were still talking a little bit, but eventually, um, I did the dumb mistake of like talking to my ex and like telling them that like I still love them and shit while drunk and like regretting that.
Mm.
And I kind of like I went to Nathan and was like just being like a little crybaby, and Nathan was there for me. which I extremely appreciate. Yeah. Just this fucking dumb bean boy from California crying on this lanky Canadian man's shoulder.
Oh.
That happened like once or twice in the meetup where like Nathan was just with me and like kind of consoled me, which I really appreciated. And he's just been one of the like my brothers since then. Him and Anthony, well, just people that enjoy the company of. Kind of like my chosen family.
Mhm. Yeah, man, that's heartwarming. Shout out to Nate and shout out to Anthony, dog, for real.
Yeah, like even though
Yeah.
like we're brain dead, like fucking autist, we have our moments where we get serious and we're there for each other. And that's like one of the things that I enjoy about being on the internet, is like the genuine connections that you can make with people.
Absolutely, yes. I'm glad, as as half as, some people say that VR is like the funnest thing in the world, as some people say it's, the most cringe and just just drama, just platform there is. It did help me meet everyone. And it helped me meet people that can
Yeah,
bring me with other people, from past discords or, few new ones. So I have this to
yeah.
thank for it. Because I want
I
to be
mean,
here
don't get
talking
me
to you,
wrong. I still say VR chat is. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I still say VR chat is cringe, but
Hmm.
ultimately, I love the internet for how it's connected me to my friends and chosen family.
Me too. And I hope, Legends family, made like a nice impact on you the time that you showed up, because you did leave, but you gave it a second chance, and I hope this second chance was worth it, and not
Yeah,
and not a mistake.
I do believe that it's worth it. I enjoy the company of a lot of the people there. I enjoy your company, Naomi's and company.
Me too.
You guys, I trust you guys.
Ooh. So
But
I
I'm also
know.
still gonna call you cringe nene babies for ERPing.
Fair enough. um, since that was your crazy interesting meetup story. I mean, since you have insight on all this, I guess Nate does too. Do you guys have like I guess you do you have any advice for when I deal with
Any
the legends?
advice?
Yeah, any advice to just prepare so
I think if drama's gonna happen, it's gonna happen regardless. There's not really anything that you can do to stop it, unfortunately.
Mhm.
Just the way to minimize damage is, just if you think someone's toxic after meeting them, just cut them out of your life, honestly. That's the best thing you can do. Like, if you just don't want the drama in your life, just cut them out. Just be real with them as well. Like, I don't know. I've gotten to a point where, like, sure, like, talk shit behind someone's back, talk shit in front of them, but it's just too stupid.
Mhm.
Um,
I guess
like, have an adult conversation about it, and if you can't settle your differences, just go your separate ways.
yeah. And I guess the food situation was good, and the sleeping beds also was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say the food situation was interesting because one of our friends, instead of like cooking hot dogs like on a comal, and like one of Pedro boiled them, which was interesting. I
Mhm.
don't want to say it was bad because it wasn't, especially because we were drunk and shit. But to be quite frank, I have not touched a hot dog since that meetup.
Interesting.
Like, I think
Oh,
it was like the main meal that we all had during that meetup was just hot dogs. And I don't think I could touch another hot dog without being absolutely blasted now.
yeah. Not the burnt
But
glizzy.
the food situation was good.
Mm,
Everyone tossed in like a certain amount of money or maybe a little bit more if they
mm.
wanted to
And
for
there was like,
food.
and there was,
We also went out to like dine out as well.
yeah.
We went to like a Korean barbecue place, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit of a picky eater, but because it was like a vacation and a meetup, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try something new. And I think it's really worth it to do stuff like that. Like just get out of like your comfort zone every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like overall, even though that friend group kind of ultimately disassembled, a lot of the people from that meetup, I still kind of, at least like the ones that like I enjoy, I keep contact with, and I appreciate the memories that we had, even though like it can be like somewhat sour.
Mm-hmm. Was there any like a time where like y'all wish y'all prepped this better, or prepared this, or remember y'all had to like gather these kind of resources and stuff? Any like shit, we forgot to do this, or was like
Um,
everything was like yeah, we pretty much got everything that we needed, like on the go, like
I'd
you
say
were
a
just
lot of the stuff was pretty well planned. It was
mm-hmm
just human error.
mm-hmm okay, that's
There was
good.
one. There was one thing that happened that I hope will not happen to you guys, but
Oh boy,
if it does, it's gonna be funny as fuck.
lay it on me.
Uh, Dante had brought like a QP of weed, which is like I don't remember how many grams exactly, but it's like a really like it's a big amount. And I want to say like maybe 2 or 3 days within the meetup, someone at some time had thrown it away because it was in a plastic bag. And maybe they thought it was trash, or maybe they did it on purpose. So we still don't know to this day. But someone threw the
Jeez.
fucking weed away, and we only found it like before the last day.
Okay, well, Quinn, when you bring the weed, put it in a plastic bag and label it "Weed. Do not throw away."
That or put it in like a mason jar or something. Because I don't know which fucking dumbass threw the weed away, but someone did, and we fucking. It took like like an hour or so of searching, and then a couple of people went out to the trashes and they found it.
Jeez.
And I'm like, I don't want to point fingers, but I think it was someone in that that did it on purpose. Because I don't think you accidentally throw weed away. There's no way.
Man, that's crazy. But yep, I guess we'll at least this gave us a little help and insight to it really makes it feel comfortable. Like I think we'll all the prep, all the stuff that we get, the chipping in, getting the food, sleeping arrangements, all that. It'll be good. We'll be
Oh
fine.
yeah, that
Yeah,
is a one
because
one other
I
thing
feel
that I
like
think. So sleeping arrangements. The
yeah.
sleeping arrangements that we had were not as ironed out, and that's also somewhat human error, mostly human error,
Mhm.
actually. And like just miscommunications. So we didn't get like sleeping arrangements fully ironed out until the day of the meetup, because originally, me and this one girl, Impy, were gonna be sharing the master bedroom. But then I connected Nate and Impy together
Mhm.
because Impy had said that she had a crush on Nathan for like a really long time, and I was like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. I'm still getting over a relationship. Have at it. So Nate and Impy were in the master bedroom together, and then like a bunch of other people wanted to sleep with whoever they wanted to like sleep in a room with. You know? Um, I got in a room with Fang, but I was pretty much alone in the bed. I want to say like 3 days out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty nice. But definitely sleeping arrangements need to be ironed out way before. And like, if there's gonna be like changes, I think that should be notified to said people.
Got it. Duly noted.
Because, it kind of sucks when you expect like one thing and then it changes,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about
So I
too.
think
That's gonna
that's
happen
like
a
a
lot, so.
conversation that like everybody has to
Mm-hmm.
have.
Oh yeah.
Just sleeping arrangements, who's gonna sleep where and with who, or if they're comfortable sharing, if they're not comfortable sharing, stuff like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
even if I didn't get Fang, I would have been comfortable sleeping in like the bed with Dante or um, Justin. Hell, even if Nathan didn't go with Impy, I would have let Nathan sleep in the bed with me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind sleeping with the homies.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I needed that. I need to I'll prepare better, and we'll definitely not make it a fiasco with the whole sleeping. Who gets this bed or who gets this couch or who's on the floor type.
Yeah,
I believe. I believe you will. We'll be fine, and we'll make it
yeah.
work. We'll make it work.
It's
We
just one
we'll
of the
just make it
mistakes
work.
that we made.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just one of the mistakes that we made was we didn't iron it out completely until like the very last day, which shit happens, But if you guys can better plan it, I think you'll have a better overall experience.
Okay. Definitely will do that. Okay, so Agno, um, you're not very I don't think you have a lot of quotes that I can find of you, but I can quote the people that you quoted, because maybe you can be there to give the
Oh,
context.
quoting. I think I have a couple of quotes, but
It's hard to find
they're all
them.
kind of sussy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's a lot to go through.
Oh yeah, I love quoting people. I love catching
Hmm.
and embarrassing people.
But I mean, hey, if you can remember why you quoted them, like what was the context, or if you wanted to elaborate on them, like a couple I found, that would be pretty fun.
Yeah, sure,
You down?
shoot
You
them,
down?
and if I remember the context, I'll let you know.
After Gary fucked that pumpkin, it honestly inspired me. You quoted Naomi.
Ah, yes. I don't originally remember how that came up, but it was just a topic of conversation where I think Gary was talking about how he fucked a pumpkin on video, or someone was talking about something in not safe for work videos, and Naomi said that shit. I thought it was fucking hilarious because Gary wasn't even in the like VC with us at that moment, but it was just like
Yeah.
someone talked about that video that he had made.
Okay, cool. Okay, next one. If Neko is going, I might act up. And you quoted Quinn.
Ah, yes, Quinn was being very sussy and saying that he was gonna like fuck everyone at the meetup, mainly Jadakiss, and then Neko said they were going, and he's like, "Oh, if Neko's going, I'm about to act up."
Lord have mercy on that man's soul. Oh, Quinn. Okay, here's a good one.
Quinn
I think I
gets
like.
quoted a lot.
Yeah. All skinny bitches know how to do is complain and play Valorant. Your boy Nate.
Oh my god, I fucking love that quote. So it was. I think it was. There was a certain conversation. It was me, Amy, Tom, Nate, and like I think one other person. I can't remember who. But
during this topic of conversation, I was like zoning out a little bit, but then I zoned back into Nate spitting that absolute fucking fact. Just saying, all skinny bitches know how to do is complain and play Valorant. And it wasn't directed at anyone in that VC or out of that VC. I think it was just him, being him and saying like some outlandish shit because he can. And that's like one of the other things that I love about Nathan is he just says shit that he wants to say.
Yeah. Yeah, like that man and Tom are like probably the most quotable people. And it's like it's the funniest shit when you read random quotes one time, like even if you're there or not there, they be saying some fucking bangers.
Oh God.
Okay, and last one. Last one I got for you. If Javi was my brother, I'd fuck him.
Ah, yes, the infamous Naomi quote of Sweet Home Alabama with absolutely zero context. We were in that karaoke lobby, and I think someone queued up Sweet Home Alabama, and somewhere in the middle of that song, all of a sudden Naomi fucking with her voice changer on says, "If Javi was my brother, I'd fuck him."
Yee. Man.
That I think what was worse was that you guys had matching avatars of like the fucking thoughty old west.
Ram Ranch Cowboys and Cowgirls. But okay. Let me see. Um. Oh, the next one I can do, which will be like the last quick thing. I'm just gonna name all the roles. Well, not all the roles, but like just people in that server, and you can just guess who has that role. Does that sound good? I'll
Okay.
try to play that game.
I mean, I'm down. I'm not gonna be good at it because I have no idea what the fuck the roles are on this server.
I mean, we have my favorite one. We have, Chadno, Titan of Testicles. Who could that one be?
Yeah, that one's custom made. Thank you. The Titan of Testicles. That one I made that one my nickname because that's what Spencer calls me.
Dude, it's a godly nickname, dude. You should roll with it more.
and then
It's
you
so beautiful.
and then you got Tut to make a role for me because of it.
Yeah. It was a work of art. Just that name
Truly.
truly is. Okay, who has this role? Chino Bandito.
That's Quinn.
That's Quinn. Yeah. Okay. Next.
Because I remember the first time that I joined a VC with you and him, you called him the Cheeto, the Chinito Bandito.
Yeah. And other, just random Hispanic, Asian, just combo names.
You always come out with some outlandish fucking combos that I never expect.
Yeah, I'm getting dry running now. I think I hit the end of the road for that running gag. But
Thank
yeah.
fucking God.
Who has Hammer Time?
I'm guessing that's Hammerjack.
That's Hammerjack, yeah. Okay, who has E-Boy Thotty?
Boy, Thotty. I feel like that's Gibbles.
It's not.
Really?
Yes, sir, really.
Boy, Thotty. Uh, Jake?
Nope.
Damn. I don't really know. I guess I'll take the L on this one.
Okay, that one belongs to Pringles. Use Pringles.
Pringles.
He goes by
Oh, I've
Jackson. Yeah.
only. Yeah, I think I've only been in VC with Pringles maybe once or twice. I don't think I've ever heard his voice either.
He's a super nice guy. You'll like him. He's lovable. Who has
I don't doubt it. I tapped out.
Magic Waffle?
waffle.
Yes. Easy, right? Okay, who has
Yeah.
hentai bunny?
Amy.
Amy, yeah. Let me see who else. Who has glizzy provider?
Lizzie Provider.
Yep.
Okay, that one's a little bit of a that'd be Jade?
Nope.
Not Jade, really.
Not Jade.
Um Dibbles?
No, sir.
I'm stumped. Who is the Glizzy Provider?
It's Jewel Pod.
Jewel Pod. Okay.
Yeah.
That one I didn't expect.
Okay. Who has I can guess from like maybe two more for you. Let's see. Who has connectussy?
Oh my fucking god. Naomi.
Yee. Okay, and the final one. This one's probably the hardest one you ever find out, okay? Because only one person has this
Okay.
role, no one else.
One person.
Foot fetish.
Really, only one person has that role?
Only one.
I fucking wonder.
And I didn't even notice until someone pointed out. Like I didn't even ask for it. It just ended up there, dog.
Someone just slapped you with the foot fetish.
Like a year ago, and then I found out it was King Tut. And
Fucking shout out to King Tut calling out Javi. Doing it way before I got on the train.
Yep. Oh man. But anyway, dude, I had fun talking with you. Is there any like last, final goodbyes you want to say? Cause this shit was good.
Stay in crack. Don't do school. Eat your eat your bed.
Eat your bed, sleep in your med.
Sleep in your meds. Operate heavy machinery while under the influence.
Mm-hmm. And remember, if a ghost is chasing you down, pop all the perkies.
Pop all the perkies and remember to have your hopefully custom Club J merch on.
Yes, sir.
Just for a small fee of your sanity.
Exactly. Well, thank you anyway, man.
Here.
You're